Welcome friends, let us go for the next part, that is concentration of the ore. See, the ore is associated with many of the impurities, whereas the other name of this particular process of concentration of ore is said to be the dressing and at the same time beneficiation. Whereas it includes the removal of foreign impurities, that is removal of gangue. Let us go for discussion of the ore, what it is consisting, what are the technical terminology, and how the ore beneficiation can be done. See, ore is usually associated with the normal impurities because ores are generally available in the earth crust. They are associated with sand impurities, associated with limestone impurities, and at the same time, the another major impurity is rocky impurities. Whereas these unwanted impurities are called as generally gangue, otherwise the matrix. Whereas we have to remove this before extraction of the metal from the ore, and some impurities are eliminated from the ore in the molten state only. Whereas if it is molten to the liquid state, then only the removal of the impurities becomes easy. Whereas most of the impurities in the ore do not melt easily at the temperature available for the normal processes of the furniture. Hence the removal of these of all things will become difficult. So ultimately in this process what we are doing is we are removing all varieties of maximum possible impurities, some of them by the easy methods, some of them by making the ore to the molten situation. Let us go for the things what will happen and what are the other terminologies. Yes, if gangue material is having higher melting point and removal becomes very difficult under normal conditions, only under fused conditions if removal becomes easy, then some foreign materials are to be added to reduce the fusion temperature of the ore. As a result, the foreign materials added will combine with the impurities present in the ore and they chemically combines with them and forms the new compounds which can be removed easily. Thus, substances added to the ore to lower the melting point of the impurities are known as flux materials. The flux combines with the gangue chemically and forms easily fusible products called as slag. Suppose gangue is having acidic in nature, then the flux of basic nature is generally added. Both chemically combines, neutralization takes place and forms a new product, that is slag, which is easily removable. Similarly, if gangue is having basic in nature, then acidic nature containing flux is added. Examples for basic nature containing flux are calcium oxide and the magnesium oxide, metal oxides. And the examples for the acidic nature containing fluxes are non-metal oxides like silicon dioxide as well as the phosphorus pentoxide. Thus, concentration is partial purification of ore by removing gangue. Generally, that gangue is removed in the form of what? Slag. As a result of dressing or beneficiation, the concentration of mineral increases, that is ore plus higher number of impurities are converted ore with lower number of impurities. Based on the nature of the impurities, nothing but gangue or the matrix, and the manner in which it is combined with the mineral, different methods are applied. For one particular metal, one method is suitable, whereas classification based on the combination that we applied is, one is chemical methods and second one is physical methods. In chemical methods, what happens is the impurities transforms from one material to other material. Such kind of chemical reaction based methods for the removal of impurities are said to be the chemical methods. Whereas in second case, though you may apply methods in this, there is no change in the chemical combination, but the impurities, gangue materials can be removed, and those of all methods are said to be the physical methods. Chemical method is leaching, whereas physical methods are hydraulic washing, hand picking, electromagnetic separation, froth flotation, liquefaction. That is what we can conclude is, except leaching, all other dressing methods are physical methods, whereas leaching is a chemical method. In this method, the chemical combination varies and it is converted to new compound, thereby removal becomes easy. whereas in the remaining all other cases, ore remains as it is, impurities remains as it is. There won't be any kind of change in the physical state, but they can be removed by the methods in which there is no change is said to be the physical methods. First we will discuss the physical methods. The first physical method is hand picking, whereas the impurity is having large enough size and moreover it is having distinct physical features compared to the ore pieces, then they can be removed by the hand picking. Whereas the example of sand as well as the stones present in the hematite ore can be removed by the help of hand is an example under title of hand picking. The second method is gravity separation, otherwise levitation, and the other name of this one is hydraulic washing. The basic logic in this particular method is the density differences of ore particles as well as the gangue particles. Generally, gangue particles are silica, calcium particles, that is calcium carbonate, are having lower density. Whereas if ore is maintaining higher density, then there is a large difference in the densities, then this particular method is applicable. In this method, what we will do is the crushed ore is sent in a current of water, current of stream of water. See, this is water inlet, water will be coming, and here crushed ore is present over here. Crushed ore is slowly released into the current of water, whereas ore particles along with the impurity particles are flowing through the water, and this is a slanting wall, and here are there some obstacles are kept, and these are said to be the rappels. Whereas this particular table is said to be the Wilfley table, otherwise hydraulic classifier. When a current of water is flowing along with the ore as well as the impurities having different varieties of densities, the higher density particles are stopped by the rappels, whereas lower density particles continues along with the stream of water and they will be collected at the bottom in the form of gangue plus water. In this way, on behalf of density differences, separation is present, that is powdered ore is washed in a stream of water, that is current of water. Lighter particles are washed away, leaving behind the heavier ore particles on the rappels. Thus, this method is applicable in galena PBS, followed by cassiterite SnO2, and the alluvial sand, an ore of gold, is also purified by this hydraulic washing method, because there exists a large difference in the ore particles as well as the impurity particles. Thus, this method is applicable for that. Electromagnetic separation. The logic behind the electromagnetic separation is either ore, otherwise the gangue particle is associated with the magnetic nature. Whereas in this method, what we will be doing is powdered ore is dropped on the moving belt connected with the magnetic wheel. As a result, magnetic particles are collected nearer to the magnetic wheel and the non-magnetic particles are collected at far separately. Thus, we will separate the things. Let us look at the setup. Here it is a roller which is connected with the two wheels. One of the wheel is magnetic in nature, whereas the powdered ore with the help of whooper is allowed to drop on the moving belt. As a result, it rolls and comes to the magnetic wheel, and having of magnetic nature, magnetic particles are connected to these and they will be very close and they will be moving along with the magnetic wheel and they will be collected nearer to that of the wheel, and the other particles are collected separately which are having non-magnetic in nature. Thus, this is magnetic wheel, particles of magnetic in nature nearer to the wheel, particles of non-magnetic in nature far away from the wheel. Thus, the separation of SnO2, that is cassiterite, tin oxide, from the magnetic impurities wolframite. It is having impurity wolframite. Wolframite is having magnetic in nature. So therefore, wolframite as well as the other impurities associated SnO2 is collected. Secondly, hematite is consisting of sand, whereas hematite is ore of the ferrous which is having magnetic in nature. Hence, with the help of electromagnetic separation, this hematite as well as sand both can be separated. Froth flotation. This is used for the concentration of the sulfide ores exclusively. Generally, it is used just for the concentration, beneficiation or dressing of the sulfide ores like galena, PBS, whereas zinc sulfide, zinc blend, ZNS, cinnabar, mercuric sulfide, copper pyrites, CuFeS2, and iron pyrites, FeS2. Such kind of sulfide ores are generally concentrated by using of this particular froth flotation technique. Whereas logic is there should be a large difference in the wetting abilities of the ore as well as the impurities, nothing but gangue, with water as well as the fine oil. Whereas here some technical words and the corresponding examples are there. Frothers, we use it to generate the froth. We are adding some substances externally to the water. Those are said to be the frothers. Frothers are either olive oil, otherwise fine oil is used. Whereas collectors implies whatever the gangue ore particles are there. Ore particles are comes and stays over the froth. Whereas for that process, we are using certain collectors, that is potassium ethyl xanthate and sodium ethyl xanthate are said to be the collectors. They makes the ore particles to adjust over the froth. Stabilizers, after adsorption of ore particles over the froth, to make them stable, we are using certain substances. Those of all are said to be the stabilizers. Cresol, that is dihydroxy benzenes, orthodihydroxy, metadihydroxy, and the para-dihydroxy benzenes are said to be the cresols, orthocresol, metacresol, as well as paracresol. Anything can be used. Followed by aniline, that is aminobenzene, and the activators. To make the process activate, we are using certain external substances are said to be the activators. Copper sulfate is activator. Depressant, to make the process stop and to occur in another version, we are using certain other substances are said to be the depressants. Sodium cyanide, potassium cyanide, sodium carbonate are examples for the depressants. In froth flotation, we are having a tank which is filled with water followed by the oil, and the powdered ore is sent to the tank. Whereas with a compressed air inlet is there, due to sending of the compressed air inlet, here water layer as well as the oil layer will be mixed with one another, and due to differences in their properties, the bubble formation takes place, that is said to be the froth. Whereas this froth is going to be connected with the ore materials, ore is getting adsorbed over the froth, and as being it is having lesser density, it will comes to the surface and it is collected into the other container. Thus ore particles are separated as well as the gangue particles are separated. In this way the froth flotation works. Whereas here we are having collectors, stabilizers, depressants as well as the activators. What is meant by activators are activators selectively, that is why we are using the word selectively is it is just attacks over the ore materials, that is ore particles, and it is binded with the ore. Now it is makes the ore particles to be ready for the chemical reaction with the others. Such kind of substances are said to be the activators. Activators will attach itself to the surface of the mineral and allow the other reagents to react with the mineral particles are said to be the activators. After being activators are connected with the ore particles, ore reactivity increases, then collectors will come into light. Whereas collectors are the chemicals that are selectively binds to the surface of the target materials, nothing but ore materials, imparts hydrophobicity, that is they hates the water, whereas followed by connecting with the air bubble, they comes as a part of the froth. So after activator is activating the ore particles, generally ore particles can be connected with the collectors, but in presence of activators, the connectivity of ore as well as the collectors will enhance a lot. So ore particles having of the activators, now the most of the collectors will come to the presence of the ore particles and they will be connected to that. After making a physical adsorption between the ore as well as the collectors, here the hydrophobic nature increases for the ore particles, it becomes away from the water molecules and it want to become a part of the organic. That organic is present in the form of bubbles, that is froth. So therefore ore is adsorbed over the froth. Thus collectors makes the ore particles into the organic layer, that is into the froth. That function is executed by the collectors. Whereas stabilizers, in the beginning we are using stabilizers. The basic function of stabilizers is they increases the lifetime of the bubbles. They increases the lifetime of the froth. Else what will happen is froth will hit the walls of the container and they can be getting disappeared. But by using these stabilizers, what happens is froth lifetime increases and the froth destruction number decreases. The substances which stabilizes the froth are said to be the froth stabilizers. Depressants, special chemicals we will use oftenly in the froth flotation process. If suppose more than one sulfide ores are there, in order to selectively prevent one particular sulfide ore to come into the froth, or in order to selectively allow one particular sulfide ore to come into the froth, we are using special chemicals are said to be the depressants. Depressants helps to separate two sulfide ores by selective prevention of froth formation by one, followed by allowing the others to come into the froth. Yes, they will prevent the one and they will allow the others to come into the part of the froth. Such kind of substances are said to be the depressants. Yes, a sulfide mixture of lead sulfide as well as zinc sulfide both, by using froth flotation technique in the presence of sodium cyanide as the depressant, what it will be doing is it never allows the zinc sulfide to form the froth. It just allows the lead sulfide to form the froth. Thus we will be collecting lead sulfide ore in the pure form, whereas this zinc sulfide is present as a part of the gangue. Thus sodium cyanide is acting as a depressant and it prevents the formation of froth of the zinc sulfide. It just allows the lead sulfide to form the froth. Such kind of substances selectively do the froth formation with one variety of sulfides are said to be the depressants. And after getting the froth materials into the another container, this froth is having heavier value. By skimming up, by sending the water, otherwise by sending the spray of waters, what happens is the bubbles will be destroyed. As a result, ore will be collected at the bottom of the tank. The diagrammatic representation of the froth flotation process related steps, those are involved in the generation of the froth, whereas the phenyl, otherwise the eucalyptus oil, whatever we are using, that organic layer in the presence of compressed air separates away from the water and that will be enlarged in the form of bubbles. So therefore bubbles are generated from the organic. These bubbles are unstable. To make the bubbles stable, we are using stabilizers. Stabilizers, what they will do, they stabilizes the bubble, they increases the lifetime of the bubble, they increases the strength of the bubble. As a result, bubble will be stable to certain extent of time. Whereas come to the ore particles are present. By using activators, what happens is activator molecules selectively absorbs over the surface of the ore. Now after getting activated, after getting the connectivity of the ore followed by the activator, now these activated ore molecules readily take up the help of the collectors. Now collectors will come and collector enhancement, collectors commencement will be very high if it is activated ore. If it is normal ore, then collector enhancement, collector connectivity will becomes difficult and here it takes a lot of time. Whereas if activators are there, the connectivity of the collector followed by the activated ore will becomes very easy. Whereas this activated ore is now become hydrophobic. It want to move away from the water molecules. It will go for the organic layer. That is nothing but the bubble. So it will indulges in the bubble. That is froth formation takes place. That froth is stable. Now this enhanced froth will having lesser density. It will comes to the surface. It changes from one container to other container. On skimming, we will be getting the ore. Yes, liquefaction, whereas this is the last physical method. The basic logic behind the liquefaction is ore is having lower melting point, whereas impurities are having higher melting point. In such a case, on a furnace, the ore is taken by increasing the temperature. First the ore comes into the liquid situation, that is ore melts first and it will be traveled from the higher position to the lower position over the slanting and is collected at the bottom of the furnace, whereas the impurities are present at the top. Thus, the concentration of ore can be done on behalf of melting points, differences of ore as well as the impurities, whereas the ore is having higher melting point and ore can't decomposes. Such kind of conditions are to be maintained. The concentrations related second variety, that is chemical method. Chemical method is leaching, otherwise leaching is the chemical method. Whereas in this process, the ore which is having some impurities, we are doing the concentration. We want to remove the impurities present in the ore. Ore is allowed to react with a chemical reagent. As a result, what happens is chemical reagent chemically combines with the ore and it changes the chemical combination, that is chemical composition of the ore to the other compound, whereas this other compound is soluble in that solvent situation, whereas the remaining impurities remains as it is, they becomes insoluble. Now we can separate the things. By this method, ore is made free from the impurities. Such a technique is said to be the leaching technique. Example is purification of alumina, Al2O3, of the red bauxite in the Bayer's process. Whereas in Bayer's process, what we will be doing is aluminium is having impurities, red bauxite is having impurities, is allowed to react with the sodium hydroxide. As a result, impurities remains as it is, becomes insoluble, whereas sodium hydroxide combination with alumina, it forms sodium meta-aluminate, which is a soluble system. Now we can separate the impurities. The sodium meta-aluminate on reaction with some other reagent will be converted to alumina. Thus, we will be getting impurities free. Otherwise, partially concentrated alumina is obtained. That is a process whereas alumina is having some chemical combination. Sodium meta-aluminate is having some other chemical combination. Reagent chemically combines and establishes new chemical combination with the ore materials and is having solubility differences and can be separated from impurities, is generally known as leaching technique. In Bayer's process, the red aluminium which is having of impurities like the ferric oxide, silica followed by titanium oxides are present, whereas that alumina which is having red in color is allowed to react with the aqueous sodium hydroxide. As a result, it forms a soluble sodium aluminium hydroxide, that is nothing but sodium meta-aluminate formation takes place, that is soluble in the sodium hydroxide solution. Whereas the impurities are present as it is, they can be filtered and will be separated. Now, the sodium meta-aluminate on dilution it forms aluminium hydroxide, which on heating it is converted to aluminum. Thus, here the Al2O3 is converted to NaLO2. Chemical composition is different from here to here. Such a process in which chemical combination differs, chemical reaction occurs, is said to be the chemical concentration method and is known as leaching method. The second example for the leaching is McArthur Forest Cyanide process, which is used for the purification of silver as well as the arum. Whereas in this process, the native state metals like silver and the arum are allowed to react with the cyanide, that may be either sodium cyanide or the potassium cyanide. In presence of atmospheric oxygen, these metals forms the soluble complexes by leaving impurities as it is and are filtered and are separated. Now the soluble solution by making with another reagent participates in chemical transformation and it is converted to the native state of metals like arum as well as the silver are obtained. This process is said to be the McArthur Forest process. McArthur Forest process. Yes, extraction of silver on reaction with the cyanide minus, either with sodium cyanide or the potassium cyanide in the presence of oxygen followed by water. Silver undergoes oxidation to silver 0 to silver +1, that is argentocyanide anion, that is a complex salt formation takes place. Complex salt is having ionic in nature, hence it is soluble in water, whereas impurities remains as it is and can be filtered off. Then this particular argento cyanide soluble complex on reaction with the more electropositive metal like zinc forms the complexes with the cyanide and silver will be released out, thus you will be getting the silver in the solid state. Similar to silver, Rm also participate in the MEC or Forest process, that on reaction with the cyanides, either sodium cyanide or the potassium cyanide in the presence of oxygen, undergoes oxidation from 0 oxidation state to +1 oxidation state and forms a complex that is either maybe sodium or the potassium salt of argento cyanide. Rm0 is converted to Rm +1 oxidation. That oxidizing agent is oxygen and it is converted to OH minus, that is sodium hydroxide or the potassium hydroxide. Overall it is a redox reaction. Whereas that sodium salt or potassium salt of argento cyanide on reaction with zinc, more electropositive metal, this zinc replaces the Rm and it is tetra coordinated, hence it reacts with the 2 units of the argento cyanide and forms zinc tetracyanide followed by the Rm is going to be deposited. Thus in this process the chemical reagent used is combines with the mineral and it forms a new chemical combination, and once again it is converted to the original combination. Thus in this process new chemical combination occurs, hence this is said to be the chemical method and is generally known as what? Leaching technique. In the step 1, oxygen is acting as oxidizing agent and oxygen is converted from 0 state to minus states, thus the metal is undergoing oxidation. Whereas in the second step here zinc is more electropositive and zinc is undergoing oxidation and losing electrons. By taking these electrons, metal is undergoing reduction from +1 oxidation state to 0 oxidation state, that is elemental oxidation, elemental situation. Thus oxygen is oxidizing agent here and more electropositive metal, that is relatively compared to the Rm as well as the silver, is zinc, and zinc is acting as reducing agent.